Stay. Good morning. How's everyone doing? Morning. How's it going? Everyone getting their coffee ready? Obviously I am. Obviously. Slow start this morning. Must be Monday. Must be Monday. Must be Monday. Just another manic Monday. Wish it was Sunday. La 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 la. Where's everybody? Where are people? I don't know where they are. I don't know. Man, that smells good. Man, that smells good. Smells so good. Let's see. Maybe they did not get the alert, and I will send it to them. That might help. Sometimes TikTok doesn't tell them. Just another manic Monday. Hey, morning. Morning. If Tressa gets on, I'll sing her the Good Morning song, which I know she loves. It's a morning. A morning. I just happened to pop on, no alert for me. Yeah, TikTok really wants to do me dirty. Just wants to do me dirty. All right, we've got the cup. And now we try. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. Yeah, that's what we've been waiting for. It's gonna be a good day. Look at that. You're gorgeous. You're absolutely gorgeous. I'm awake, kind of time to get up and make coffee too. Yeah, it is time to get up and make coffee. It's always time to get up and make coffee. Should I have the first sip here just to really enjoy it? I got my first slime ever last week and I'm happy it was from you. Thank you so much. That's so sweet. Yep, here comes the crew. Boop, 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 boop. Brooke, how old are you? Are you old enough to be in here if you're asking that? You know what I mean? I got cut up last night and the whole time I could hear it being read in John's voice. It is being read. It's so funny. I know John says that the reason he doesn't want to read the audiobooks is because he has a specific voice in mind, which I totally get from an authorial perspective, but like I hear him when I read it too. So yeah, I get what you're saying completely. All right. Well, let's move to our book club chair. It's time to start taking melatonin again. Uh-oh. That's not good. Let me put my coffee down and move this onto here. Get my heating blanket on me because it do be cold. It's only 40 degrees right now, which is unreasonable. I told Tressa to come in so you sing. Too late, I already moved from that spot. The singing is over. You ran out last week. You can tell a major difference when I don't take it. I've never taken it. I wonder if I should. I'm listening in today. Yay, yay. Morning, 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 Julianne, Tressa. Okay. All right. I'm trying to balance this. It snowed and it's 23 right now. That's not okay. It's almost April. It's almost April. What is happening in this world right now? I don't know. I'm so mad. Someone pretended to be my old friend on Insta. Oh my gosh. Why would someone do that? Why would someone do that? That doesn't even make any sense. I'm good, Danica. How are you? Becca, that's crazy. That's crazy. I mean, yeah, they're monsters, but like, what? Like, why? I can't even fathom that. It's like, it's one thing to be like, have you all ever seen that guy catfishing catfish? He's so funny. It's one thing to be but like catfishing someone as like a person they've never met before and like starting a new relationship is one thing, but like pretending to be someone that you actually know, that's like another level of nefarious that like, whoa, that's wild. My brain doesn't know what to do with that. I'm so sorry. Weird. That's super weird. How did you find out that it wasn't really her? That's so weird. Yeah. Very strange. What the heck? That is bizarro land. Wow. All right, so thank you so pretty. Thank you so pretty. Thank you so much. Get ready with me, love. That's very kind of you. So we are continuing Gauntlet today, and we are on chapter 10 for anyone who is catching up. Driving, I can't read any of the comments and it's driving me crazy. Addie, somebody pretended to be Becca's friend on Instagram, like catfish style. Not cute. Not cute. Okay, chapter 10. Man, chapter 10 already? I'm really cranking these babies out. Chloe ended up sleeping the rest of the night and half of the next day. She might have slept longer had Louise, my maid, but not really, and love of my life, but definitely, not shown up and been vacuuming the hallway, thus rousing the slumbering Russian monster. Louise is the best human ever, by the way. Definitely a lot more than just a maid. I found her from a cleaning service ad and I kind of adore her. She's been with me through the first months of my coming into money and throwing wild parties, to Yvonne showing up and somehow letting me know that such parties weren't cool when I housed a time-traveling device in my basement, through my need to somehow discharge a black powdered firearm at least once a day indoors. Louise has always been there.
I like to think of her as a cooler version of Mrs. Hudson, the old lady that took care of Sherlock Holmes, and she puts up with a lot of his quite frequent shenanigans. Chloe wasn't in a very good mood upon waking and finding herself in different clothes. My first inclination of her rising was when the elevator door opened and she burst through with all the fire and brimstone. "Where are my clothes?" "Easy there, Pilgrim," I said, turning away from the flat screen I was playing Xbox on. Next time I lose consciousness, you can return the favor and put actual clean clothes on me. And don't take this the wrong way, but why are you up? Chloe shook her head. She pinched the bridge of her nose and with her index finger and thumb, while the other hand went to rest on her hip. I was beginning to think I'd never knew her before now. She was so uptight. Guess your father's life hanging in the balance will take a toll on you. Some black woman was cleaning your carpet or something. Say one more word about my ebony princess and you can kiss any thought of me helping you goodbye, I told her. Chloe must not have appreciated my comment because she shrugged it off and aimed her crazy laser-beamed gaze at the nearest wall. "Why aren't you working on the glove?" she asked sharply. "And what makes you think that I'm spending my precious time trying to fix your ticket home?" Chloe just stared at me. Shrugging, I turned back to my Xbox. "Anyway, it's not broken," I told her. "I can't pause in the middle of an online match and not get killed. Give me, I checked the kills. Yeah, my team was going to win for sure. About 6 more kills, and then we'll talk about your glove." "A most gratifying win, Master Johnson," Mitch droned on behind me as my team won the match. Think so?" I said, powering down the screen and standing. "What's for lunch?" "Coney Islands, sir," Mitch said. "They're waiting on you in the pavilion." We left the lab and rode the elevator to the house, exiting and crossing the boasting room and heading towards the backyard. The pavilion, residing on the 3rd floor and overlooking the glorious backyard, was one of my favorite places beside the lab. Once we had seated on the slabs of marble benches, I swept my hand at the stone-white pavilion. Thoughts? Chloe hadn't said much since the basement, and following suit, she merely shrugged. Her face seemed extremely hard to read. The meal was a quiet one, to be sure, what with Chloe poking at her coney with a fork and me eating mine like it was my last meal on Earth. "All right, bye, Addie. See you later." "What are you thinking about?" I asked her as Yvonne cleared our dishes and Louise came out with our hot tea. "I hope you like chai tea. I'm afraid that's all I'm allowed to keep in the stock," I told her as the love of my life placed the tray on the stone table. "That it, kid?" Louise asked. "That'll be all, fair maiden," I told her, extending a hand. "Go now, my dear." Grunting, she walked off the pavilion, obviously swayed by my charm. "So," I said, sipping at my tea, "you were about to tell me what you were thinking." "My father," she said quietly, "and the fact that you don't seem to be the least bit worried about fulfilling your promise." "I don't remember using the word promise, Chloe," I told her, looking over the backyard. "Plus, I was up all night thinking of a plan to get you home, and I've got to say I believe the term easier said than done is in order here." Yvonne came out then with both of the gauntlets of time. Standing, I took both of them and sat beside Chloe. "Here's the thing. Somehow it doesn't work for anyone but me," I told her, patting my glove. "Tried it on Mitch, even on Louise, which I might add was horrifyingly absurd, so don't forget all that I put at risk for you. Neither of my employees were able to complete a successful jump, though." Chloe stood quickly and walked to the balcony, her arms crossed tightly as she examined my backyard. Louise had put her in some clothes that an ex had left behind months ago, consisting of a softball jersey and some stonewashed jeans. Yes, I've had a few girlfriends that didn't last because I have a problem with commitment. What's your point? "Look, Chloe, I know this isn't exactly going according to plan for you, but can I at least tell you my idea?" Without turning around, she lifted a shoulder. I stood and walked over to the balcony beside her with my hands in my pockets of my suit pants. I'm a bit of a freak when it comes to clothes. I figured since I was rich, I might as well dress like I was. The suit that I happened to be sporting that day was an Alexandra Musso and cost me a little over 100 grand. "All right, here's the deal," I started. "Since the glove isn't working for you, I'll take you back home. Once we're there, we'll switch gloves and part ways." Chloe studied my face before speaking. "I know how much that glove means for someone like you, so thank you." "Don't thank me yet." Turning towards the house, I said, wait until you see my bill. What a jerk. He's going to charge her for the pleasure. Ha ha ha. I'm so behind, but I don't want to leave. Do you... do you want to get a brief synopsis? Okay. All right. Chapter 11. The plan wasn't hard, really, and I only had one setback, which was that even though Chloe was going to piggyback with me on the jump, her glove would still need the 12-hour recharge once we reached the other side. She gave me a quick spiel about how the process of going through time would render the glove's conductor to be blah, 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 science, 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 Russian, Russian, Russian. You get the idea. Geez, even in the future, stuff locks up. I'm going to skip telling you about the rest of the day, which consisted of Chloe and me preparing for our jump. Now that I think back on it, I really don't see what the big deal was. After taking away the fact that I was traveling into the future with a Russian woman to save her father's life, it was really just me giving someone a ride home from work. You know what I mean? Where are the guns? Chloe asked after she'd finished examining my weapon collection. Yeah, I don't have many of those, I told her, pointing to the back wall that Yvonne opened with a stroke of a nearby keypad, revealing a few guns hanging on the back side of it. Also, why would we need any? It's a long story, Chloe muttered, her back to me while she selected a few handguns. I really don't like guns. I'm not scared of them, and they have their place, but give me the good old days where civilized men killed each other with sharpened pieces of metal and their fists any day. My favorite, I said, snapping my fingers. Yvonne, have us some sushi tacos flown in from LA, please. We'll be back in a while. Chloe slammed a pistol she'd been holding back onto the rack. We won't be a while. Do you not realize that there might actually be some things that you do not have to know? I held up my hands and I was about to tell her to chill and that I didn't have to know, but she wasn't finished. Everyone fights where I'm from, Jericho. I'm 22 years old and there has never been 1 year of peace, plenty, or relaxation. Flagstaff isn't a pretty city filled with malls or restaurants anymore. It's a war zone, one of the only surviving cities left on the entire planet, and everyone wants a peace. The streets are crawling with Russian, 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 Russian by the day and Russian, 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 Russian by night. I don't speak Russian, I said for the 100th time. The fascists by day and the bears by night, she corrected herself before frowning and looking at me like I had just appeared. Since you won't be staying for long, I don't suppose it's necessary to have your brain imprinted. Wait, what? So let's go then, Chloe said, strapping the holster of a few handguns she thought worthy enough to bring with us. You do know how to use one of these things as the situation arises, right? Of course I do. It's just that, just what? That you thought that this would be another field trip and a learning experience? She shot at me. I mean, yeah, kind of, I confessed, grabbing a Beretta and a subcut machine gun and some ammo. I mean, it's been a while since I've used a gun. I think my skills are rusty, coupled with a little adrenaline. I don't know, a dash of not really wanting to die will be enough to last me at least 12 hours. Well, let's hope so, Chloe said, crossing to the center of the lab. I finished strapping on my guns before following her. She'd, by this time, changed back into her clothes, She'd by this time changed back into her now clean black jumpsuit, and I was foolishly about to go into the future in my favorite expensive suit and black Chuck Taylors. Yvonne, it's now 7:30. I'll be back at 8, expecting my sushi tacos. It will be done, Master Johnson, my butler replied. Be careful, sir. I could tell Yvonne wasn't really digging the whole Russian-occupied America future jump thing, but I could also tell that he knew I'd be back at 8 one way or another. I, too, thought that I'd be munching on sushi tacos at exactly 8:03, telling my relieved butler of my many futuristic adventures while sporting my downgraded gauntlet of time. But, as I've been telling you, whoever you are, making plans as far as time travel is concerned is just about as mental as you can get. If you don't understand, please listen the next 2 minutes. Chloe gave me the coordinates and exact dates while grabbing my shoulder. I punched in the numbers that she was feeding me and then took a deep breath. Ready? I was about to ask you that, Chloe said, her hand tightening on my shoulder. This will land us outside the city near a safe house that I know of. We'll exchange the glove and you'll wait your 12 hours inside the safe house while I sneak back into Flagstaff. Well, it seemed I wouldn't be experiencing the battle-ridden streets of 2340 Flagstaff, Arizona after all. Shrugging, I hit enter. It's your future, Chloe. I'm just along for the ride. Then we started fading out of 2012 and into 2340. Oh, well, I guess it was for the best that I wasn't going to get to come into contact with any locals. I mean, sure, I wanted to check out some sites, but I suppose my whole role here was to help Chloe and not to satisfy my desire for knowledge. Then we were standing in the whitest sand you've ever seen. Wait, not sand. Snow? I growled, wrapping my arms around myself as white flurries whirled around us. Are you kidding me, Chloe? You couldn't have suggested, a coat or maybe a thermos of hot chocolate? I never finished my sarcastic rant because something smallish, roundish, and grenade-ish landed at my feet. Seriously? I'd been there for a grand total of 10 seconds and we already had a flipping grenade blinking at my feet? We interrupt Jericho Johnson's inevitable demise to bring you this public service announcement. To all my single bros out there, bad things happen to guys who are too nice. It's true. We try and help people. Okay, mostly female people because we're just naturally nice guys. But then there comes a time when your niceness is abused and you're dragged 300 years into the future where it's freezing, might I add. And what do you get out of this nice and helpful things that you've been doing? A trophy? Nope. A medal? Wrong. A lollipop? Not even close. You get a grenade at your feet. Whew. Glad that's off my chest. I feel a ton better after letting you know that. Seriously, you're a great listener, whoever you are. Now, where the hell was I before public service announcement? Oh, right, the grenade at my feet. Not much to tell, really, because it seemed that the grenades in 2340 stared at by an idiot not 2 feet away were the exact same thing as the old-fashioned 2012 grenades did when an idiot nearby stared at them not 2 feet away. Yeah, they go boom, just like the old ones. Okay. Well then. That was certainly something. I like reading it in John's voice. It makes me laugh. I think it's funny. My phone is doing some weird, funny things on the screen. So I'm going to close the live, and I'm saying this slowly because I know that there's a delay for you all. Hey, James. So I'm going to close the live for a second, and I'm going to immediately come back on. So you can all just stay on the page and refresh, and it'll come back on. It would make a funny movie. But I need to make it stop doing this because it's distracting my eye while I'm reading. Don't worry. Don't be scared. I'm going to come back on in like 2 seconds. I just need it to like calm itself, So hang on 2 seconds.